got another couple of minutes.
We have 2 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, okay.
You don't have to stop talking just because the recording's on.
Oh, I don't know.
You're safe, right? What about them Red Sox?
Some people just like to hear themselves talk.
No comment here.
Even when they don't have anything to say.
You usually have good stories. Tell me about more of the cars that he was selling. You don't remember, do you? He just had the Italian.
Oh, that was the only one I
You ever
remember
saw.
because I happened to be visiting.
Oh, you were actually physically present
Well,
as
no,
that
I was
event
getting
happened.
out of the taxi when my aunt came out and said, don't let the taxi go, we've gotta pick him up downtown.
Oh, gosh.
So that one I remember.
But yeah, you actually did get to see the car.
No, he was
He already
just
sold it.
standing out there waiting
Without
for a
one.
ride home.
Oh, heavens. Oh, there you go. Well, there we successfully filled that 120 seconds.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're all set.
All right, I guess we'll call it to order at our wondrous 1900. Do we need to introduce everybody here, or does everybody know
I
everybody?
think we're pretty well
We're pretty well known.
introduced, yes.
All right, don't wanna confuse anybody. All right, first order of business is always the minutes of the last meeting, which was in September. And Jordan just passed out copies if people hadn't read their email copies.
I would move the minutes.
Judy moved,
I'll second.
I would have one minor correction. Second page, the third bullet from the bottom, the school now has 2-10-year bonds.
Mhm.
It would be a little easier if it said TWO, 10-year bonds.
oh, you like that rather than the numeral.
And technically, we have 10 years left on a 20-year bond
Oh,
and one 10-year bond.
Right.
Oh, well, let's get
let's
this,
do it right, yeah.
so we have 110 and 120.
One,
I
Correct.
think the point that she was trying to make during the meeting was that now you only have 2 bonds with 10 years left on each one, or
That would be
each
an
one.
accurate way,
Right,
yes.
left. We can correct that.
And that's an easier correction than saying one 20-year bond with 10 years left.
right,
Can we trust
yes, we can trust Jordan to make that correction.
Jordan to come up with some sort of wording for that that makes sense?
Try my best.
I mean, what I scribbled was one 10-year bond and one 20-year bond with 10 years left.
Or, yes, or the other way.
Any
Yeah.
other
Yes.
amendments, corrections? Those in favor?
I,
Opposed? Abstain? Now, is there, traditionally, when we go to the departments, we deal with the departments that may get called out, which used to be fire and police were subject to call.
yeah,
And then, I don't know whether we wanna go that way or not. How does things stand with you, with your police there, Tony?
As far as what?
being called out,
However you normally do it,
Keith, you go first.
this is new to me, so.
why don't you go ahead with him first?
So we'll go ahead with, let you go first?
Sure.
Page 4, everyone.
Thank you, Dina.
I think this is your first time in here
It is.
presenting a budget.
It is.
So be nice.
Yeah. Gentle.
No, we haven't, I guess the selectmen haven't agreed on any wage adjustments going forward, so I think those are blank, and the benefits lines are blank for everybody. So we're going with the things that might be department related, that aren't town-wide. You can't look at the total because we're not gonna get away with that with no people.
So what we probably are gonna look for are things that you think are gonna change dramatically, whether you know of a percentage increase or whether you know of a need for other stuff.
So our telephone and communications, we did increase that a bit, due to, I think, with the rate changes, and, we had an investigation where we had to call out of the country, and, they nailed us pretty hard for that. You know, it's just one of those unforeseen things, not sure, you know, so to be on the safe side, we decided to increase that a bit.
Okay.
Does that give you international calling now?
I'm sorry?
Does that give you international calling now?
No,
Because you can use my cell phone if you need to.
Well, I mean, we all have cell phones, but if we had known that, then,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't use a cell phone for that because of security reasons, can you?
now, it depends on which carrier you're using, and so. but
Sorry,
there-
that was just joking.
Oh, no.
Because that is a consideration in police work.
I will mention right now that every single department's phone line is up because our phone company hiked up everything. We're in the process of researching what we can do to get things at a reasonable cost.
Yeah, because I know I wasn't allowed to use number of things for communications and investigations back in my days of doing that.
computers?
Computer hardware and software.
Yeah, it seems that, it's not a huge deal, but it was like, it was 17,000 in '23, and then nothing, almost nothing.
Well, that was because they had to upgrade their software one year
Hardware
ago.
and
Yeah.
software.
I
So
know,
it's part of
They
it.
have to track the panel
Looks
on
like-
that.
Let Tony answer it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we go through the whole list before we jump
I
on the
would go
computers?
through the list first, and then,
Hi, hold on.
because they're gonna hear your explanation.
Do you want to just go down to uniforms and equipment, just go right down the line?
Yep.
So uniforms and equipment, it looks like we've decreased it a little bit. We had used more just due to the fact with outfitting new officers and ballistic vests, uniforms, duty gear, all that stuff. So we're looking at 1,500 there. Gasoline, we're at 5,000. I know it's been a while since two vehicles been on the road, so, now that two vehicles back on the roads, we've gone with 5,000, which should be plenty. Vehicle repair and maintenance, we're at 2,000. We've exceeded that this year just for some, age of the vehicle and unforeseen things, so.
Now, did we replace the older vehicle this year or not?
Yes, we're in the process of it. The new one's outside. I don't know if anybody saw it, but the new one's outside. And we just got the other one out of the shop today, so we're in the process of removing some of the equipment from the old one. And then we'll have it installed in the new one.
Is that the Chevy Z71 that's out there?
Yes.
Nice car.
So theoretically, it shouldn't break down in its first year.
Hopefully not.
oh, but the idea was that like these things stay under warranty cycles, right? That's what we were,
Did we get warranty on this one? Do we remember? I think we did.
Yes.
We've started to do that.
like,
on
was
the
Yeah,
it
I believe
side.
this
6-year
one-
cycles or 5-year cycles?
I think it's a 5-year, 100,000
5, yeah.
for powertrain, not bumper,
Yeah.
but,
And the 5-year is also the replacement cycle that we see for those, or?
We haven't found
Yeah,
six.
Six. But maybe it should be 5.
I thought we
Just
talked about
dropping
that
a hint.
last time.
Yeah, way faster models and it's fine.
Looks like miscellaneous, I think we're staying the same on that, 500. Major equipment, I think we're at 1,000. Let's see here, and then the computer hardware, software, there's been a decrease in that, there was some replacement, items, I think monitors and computers, and, it was a father-son vendor, and the father's retired, so the son has taken over, and his charges for us are less than what the father was charging him, I think just because he had overhead with his son and other employees. Training and education, looks like we're at 1,000, looks like it's been 1,500 in the past, but, professional associations, we're at 300. That should be plenty, then animal control, at 100. The Lyme veterinary, are up there, they're pretty good to us as far as like when we get stray animals, is trying to figure out who owns them versus paying a lot more fee if we belong to the Upper Valley Humane Society, so I think 100 is fair. It looks like the fee for the operational is 23,600.
Does anybody have some questions they would like to ask her? Chief while he's here.
I'm curious, the animal control, so you find a stray, you take it over to Lyme veterinarian and they,
To see if the animal's chipped
yeah.
and, or to see if they may recognize the animal for us.
So they just give a quick, referral and then.
They don't charge us, they don't bill us for it.
That's really nice.
Yeah. Nice little perk to have, having them in town.
Well, the shelter charges you if you drop an animal off.
Yeah, I don't know what their fee is, but it's more.
And they also charge the town to be a member of the Humane Society, and I think that's a fairly high charge. We were a member years and years ago, but we had a rash of about 5 or 6 years where everybody who found a stray cat, no matter where they found it, took it to the Humane Society and said they found it in Lyme. And we would get charged $500 every time somebody dropped off a cat, and that builds up really quick, so.
And this year, Tony will be at 2 full-time officers.
For the whole year.
Right, I'm just confirming.
We'll see that in the payroll.
I'm just confirming that. because
Yeah, so that,
I
the
could see
wages
it's
may
in the
not
back of
change.
somebody's head. No,
Well, that was the
well, it
question, right,
should
because we
be-
don't
it
have
should
those
be
numbers
less.
yet,
No,
yeah.
the board hasn't decided on the percentage yet, so. I
Oh,
didn't
but last
think
year
it-
we had 2 full-time plus,
You
yeah,
had
that's
one
right.
and
2 full-time
Two
and
and a half,
1
yeah,
half-time
that's right.
and 1 for a little longer, and
Yeah.
it was very, difficult to get all the coverage in, but, and then he'll have, like he traditionally has had, or they have in the police, 200 hours, for coverage of vacations, so that we can have 2 people on.
We don't have a special officer for Lyme, do we now? You are?
Yeah, you did.
Oh!
I would just like to say that when Tony and I was helping Tony go over the budget, last week, and last year, the operating budget alone, I think, was just over 32,000, and now it's down to 23, so it's a pretty significant cut. And, thankfully, our IT guy that we now have was able to back off the price, so I think that's a pretty reasonable budget when you come down to dollars.
I was just wondering whether I'm looking at the budget this year and what's been spent so far. One, I'm curious what you think, I realize crystal ball you don't have, but, you know, what you think you're gonna be looking at. And I'm also wondering, I noticed that overtime, it looks pretty good right now, and I'm wondering, is that a function of having 2.5 people? And so you didn't have to have extra overtime? Or do you, just curious, where do you think that's gonna stand next year?
You know, that's a great question, and it's hard when, in my previous job, department I worked at, we would always allot for overtime, and you'd have different cases, different scenarios where you may need to stay out longer for an investigation, or
Right.
just cover shifts and whatnot, and it's hard to predict how much exactly we would be using. Do you know what it was in the past for overtime?
There again, it's always been a crapshoot with that line. You know, one burglary could tap your overtime budget in 2 weeks, you know. For instance, when we had the August 10th burglary last year at the Lyme Inn, where they knocked out all the line fiber and all of that. I mean, I think I myself had about 800 hours into that one case. And lots of it is kind of behind the scene things where our suspect was housed at the county jail, and, you know, you listen to phone calls to see what he is or isn't saying. So, I mean, those things are time consuming, the interviews, the having to go to the Grafton County complex for grand juries and subpoenas, and, you know, nothing is easy anymore in our world of investigations, because everything that we want to do has to go through the county attorney's office most of the time, or our local prosecutor. So there's a lot of phone time, there's a lot of driving time, there's a lot of conversation time, and so it's difficult. I mean, I think for the most part, over the years, we've kept that line specifically not only for extra hours and those kinds of things, but I think the fortunate thing that Chief Sweat has in his corner now is that, you know, if he and/or Officer Torino wanna go on vacation, we can still have at least 2 people covering a few different days. And I think that's a bonus.
Thank you.
I don't see anything. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I guess Scotty's time up.
Okay, stop is page 5 and 6.
You there, thank you.
Warmed up.
And I don't see any department numbers filled in here, at least in my sheet.
Any department
For
numbers?
payroll, you're looking at payroll?
There's no payroll.
Oh, I was looking at, I'm sorry, when you said 5 and
It's
6,
okay.
I was on 5 looking at fire.
Oh.
Right off.
Thank you.
Bye,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep,
Watch out for the deer.
all right, Scott, your turn, I guess now that I'm on the
Down
right
at the
page.
bottom.
The highway salary, I went up, $1,000. Telephone, we went up, cause we're way over. Internet, alcohol and drug testing, same. building maintenance is the same. Materials for the dirt roads, we left the same. Mud season, the same. Asphalt and coal patch, same. Culverts, left it to 16,800, just 'cause they've gone up. I mean, you can't buy much for that. Contracted services went up to 22,000.
Is that Alan Rowell
That's great.
grading? Thank you, sir.
Electric, the same. Propane, the same.
All right, you got mowing back in the budget.
I got mowing back in.
So that's a big chunk increase there in the mowing line.
$28,620.
And the last time it was in there, it was 24,375,
Right.
so, and that's 2 years, right,
Right, oh, sorry.
or 1 year?
Is
Okay.
there a reason it fell off last year?
We didn't mow last year.
That makes
We
sense.
were trying to save money in the budget, so it was cut.
I mean, they were doing a little bit right on corners where it was line of sight, but not extensive. And if you go too long, then you can't really get it with a mower, and then it really costs money when you have to get in there with a chainsaw.
And the rest is.
Supplies,
Mm.
to 3,000. Motor fuel is 23,000.
Same as last
It's
year's
still-
budget.
Mhm.
I still think we've used more than.
There's
what we
more,
had.
there's more invoices that haven't been put on this line,
So do you think that might go up, Scotty? You might request more?
I don't think so.
No, I just think he'll use more than what, I mean, we
Than
have,
what it's
we
indicated
really
here.
have 25% of the year left
Okay.
almost. Plus, there's some
Well, some
more.
of it becomes winter or doesn't, or
Well,
salt.
that's in a different thing, but
Yeah.
there's still some for this cycle that
Ah.
aren't posted to there,
The bills haven't come in yet.
correct?
Yeah, maintenance and vehicle repair, same. Parts and equipment, the same. Miscellaneous. Spare tires, left the same. Roadside maintenance, the same, I know there's more coming out of that
Mhm.
right off, yeah. Safety clothing, same. Training and education. It's same. And winter. Contracted services, about the same.
Now, are we contracting for the school, library, et cetera, or are we doing that with our own people.
The school pays for their own plowing. It
I
does
know
not-
that's gone back and forth over the years.
The school has a separate plowing.
And we have
Library.
somebody who plows all the
Yes.
parking lots that works for the town,
Yeah, Matt,
Matt.
that's, I just know that's changed
Yeah,
from year to year. Now, does Matt have a CDL yet or not?
Yeah. Motor fuel, left the same. Vehicle repair. Is the same. And winter materials is the same, but we added to it last year at town meeting.
And you don't have all your sand delivered anywhere near.
so that number will show 350, something like that.
Well, that is also just a
And we
guess.
just got our sand and gravel bids,
Yes,
I mean, they've gone up, they've
Six.
increased.
6% I think we talked about.
Yeah.
And,
Have they given you an increase in price for sand and
yeah, it's,
salt?
Oh,
salt is ridiculous. Lowest barracks, two,
I should have brought it with me, I'm sorry. One was 80, high 80s, and the other one was 100 and something, a ton, right? Is it a ton, is it, whatever it is? Can't
Yeah.
remember, but it was up considerably.
it's 109, I think it's
Yeah,
109
I
a
think
ton.
you're right, yeah, sounds about right.
Could we go back to vehicle maintenance and repair? How is that divided up between maintenance and repair? Or do you have a, or is it doesn't really matter what it is?
It doesn't really matter.
Okay. Because we talked about the, extending the warranties on stuff as a way to offset repairs.
Exactly, but we only got one truck
Oh,
that's in the fleet right now,
it's under that?
that's under that.
Okay.
We bought the 550,
Yep,
and last I knew, they're looking at between second and third quarter of next year, and we already have a truck,
Yeah,
before they put the.
So we're only covered on the newest vehicle then.
right.
How many trucks total will you have when the new one arrives then?
It'll be the same,
Okay,
we'll get rid of it.
but, so,
Well, we haven't got rid of the other ton truck, the other 550, until that one gets, which that will be next year.
I guess I saw.
And the big truck,
Yeah.
we ordered that,
2 years ago?
well, it was that town meeting,
Tell me.
Ah, okay.
and I haven't heard a thing on that, so. They're looking at, the body shop right now is looking at like 3 years.
So it's gonna be a while
It's
before
crazy.
we have insurance, so to speak, that'll cover repairs,
But
okay?
I think once warranties finally kick in, I think we
It'll
And
be
we're,
working.
and we're getting what, 18 months to 2 year delivery time on it?
yeah, the bodies. Even for the ton truck. I
It'll
wouldn't
be
have
worse
took,
now than the aluminum mine burned.
I mean, I
down.
wouldn't have took the ton truck as quick as I did, but they were looking at a build date of July. So the guy from Ford got that truck quick. And then they pushed it out to next year.
All right. Well, so that number's gonna stay like that for a while yet?
I think so, I'm afraid so, I mean, it's not.
Okay, I was just curious, 'cause it's a big item out of the total. Uh,
Well, the biggest change is the mowing being added back in.
Well, right, but if, so that's, I understand that part, I'm just asking
Yeah.
about the 45,000.
Yeah,
That's gonna stay the same for another 2 years
plus
probably.
30 for the winter,
30,000.
so it's 75.
Yes, okay, thank you. Yeah.
But the genuine expense in highway is the machinery, and that is the capital reserve fund, right? Are we, like, that is where we put money away to buy these expensive pieces of equipment, right?
Right.
Right.
That's what we're not discussing now, right?
No,
Because,
that's correct.
You will see a change in that.
Yeah.
We had said for 2 years running, we wanted to take care of a lot of older things that needed to be taken care of, but now is the year that we're gonna have to be putting money, serious money into those capital reserve funds.
right.
I mean, we'll see something in January from the selectmen for that area.
Maybe sooner, but we don't have it tonight, but yeah.
Essentially, I'm chair of the trustees. We wiped out the vehicle capital reserve fund last year, and Gina and Judy and I and et cetera are discussing what needs to go in next year, but it'll hopefully be considerably more than the $250,000 that we put in last year, since that's one truck.
Yeah,
Part of that is we have to look at what equipment we actually need. Are we buying equipment and things that we don't use enough to justify buying them? And rather than contracting out the service like we do with Andy with the grader, for part of the grader service. And we used to do it with Jimmy Jinks a lot. And it's whether we need the equipment, but then also whether there's a contractor available to come when we need it.
Hey, that 22,000, that's only gonna get me 4 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's not,
No, it's
It's
not
not
replacing the grader.
it's not much.
Can I ask a question, and this is just for my education purposes, I didn't know enough to even ask the question last year. We've got a winter budget and then a regular budget. What does the winter cover, like, do you just say from December to X, or is it all snow, or, you know?
It's from December to
No, November and
November,
December,
December.
January and February and March are winter.
Okay,
All the other months are summer.
okay. That's what I was trying to understand, that you said we had 25% of the budget left here, but it's not covering
So 5
winter.
months
We've
is-
also got,
Winter you
Winter's
have
got
about
its
half or a
own
little more.
line.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
thank you, I just
Yeah,
wanted to,
yeah.
and then just a really quick thing, the vehicle maintenance and repair for winter, it says 100,550 under 2025 voted at town meeting, and it says 100,500 for
Oh,
the
well, that's
request.
under sand and, I mean, winter material, yeah, oh dear.
Just-
It's,
I figured it had to be one or the other, but
it's
not.
the same as it was last year, it should be the 550.
Let me see. Yeah, it says 550 right there.
Oh,
It-
yeah,
Just a typo.
Yeah.
500.
I was trying to save you $50.
I appreciate it.
but the question I guess I was trying to ask, that you only halfway answered is, right, you know, we're gonna have to put significant money in the vehicle capital reserve fund, right? These machines are, you know, we talked about last year, they're good for so many years and they rust out, they fall apart. Our roads are so bad, they rattle apart, right?
No, the roads are good.
Just kidding.
That's why I
I'm
take
just
care of
joking.
them.
But, you know, that question, like, is that we're not going to discuss that tonight.
That is correct.
But this is a topic that should come for discussion.
Oh, yeah.
And I understand the selectmen aren't ready to discuss this right now, but it sounds like we're gonna need Scott for this, when that
Yeah,
discussion does happen.
We're in the same situation with the heavy equipment capital reserve fund.
Yes,
Which is the other place that's really big money. You know, you're talking about, $250,000 and $300,000 trucks and $500,000 loaders and et cetera. So we're gonna be looking at that one too.
Yeah.
What
But the
will happen
trouble
is
with
the
it,
selectmen,
you have to be careful with this, because certain of those capital reserve funds you can semi-program. You know how many trucks you've got and how much the truck is gonna cost.
Right.
The one you can't program, which is a classic I'll use, is the bridge fund. Because you do not know when a bridge is gonna get washed out. And when it gets washed out, that's $500,000. Minimum.
Yeah.
If we lose a bridge. And we can't go for 10 years waiting to do it, like the state's doing with a bunch of its bridges. I remember at one point we were robbing the bridge fund to pay for highway trucks, and it doesn't work.
Well, you can't do that, that's illegal.
No, we were doing it at the appropriation end of it.
That's not what
We
it's
put
showing.
nothing in the bridge fund anymore, but anyway,
So,
It's recorded.
you've gotta be
That's
careful
right.
on that,
Okay.
some of
so
those
my
things.
understanding also tonight is a chance for the department heads who come to say if this is a budget that they've put together, probably with Dina's help. Is there something else that might be on your wish list, or something else that you wanna bump up, or where your concerns are, before we jolly selectmen get to go with a knife?
Well, and the other important thing, Scott, is you should mention that you're staying with the same amount of employees also. You're not increasing, you're not decreasing, we hope, but, you know, so that
I've
gives
been
them,
short a guy
right,
3 months, 4 months,
There are a total of 4 of you right now, aren't there? Or
Three.
3?
this year.
there's 3 now.
What?
They're short 1, there's only 3 full-time,
Oh, we only have 3 now, we used to have 4 for years.
because somebody left and we haven't been able to hire somebody. There's 4 positions,
Are you funding 4 positions?
yes,
That's what.
yes.
You're still hiring for that other one,
Yeah,
Trying to,
trying to?
Yeah, nobody wants to be a.
Everybody's trying to hire somebody.
Or a plow.
nobody wants to do it.
I know.
Now, have you
Well,
looked
it's
at
hard
what your
work.
projects may be for another year? I know that we shouldn't be talking about the funding of them yet, but I think people would be interested if you have a heads up as to what you're thinking of your project next year.
I suppose we're gonna start on River Road, so, but that's gonna be some wicked money, and it's gonna be engineering to begin with.
And where is this, Scotty?
River Road, so, the dirt.
Yes.
Your favorite part.
I say
The
just,
one that's broken before suspensions are.
I say just pave it, that's what I say.
just leave it the way it is, fill it
Pave
in,
it.
pave it over.
Hasn't gone anywhere.
I have a question about that, Scotty. How many times have you had to gravel that road, over this year? It seems like you're there every couple of weeks.
Probably 7 or 8 times.
Yeah,
In the last year,
yeah.
There's nothing, it's speed, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
We hauled gravel out of the stairs, they coated the whole road. And we put like 1,500 gallons of mag on it, and it just,
Didn't-
it don't,
could
It
you,
won't hold.
could you develop some, inquire as to what it would cost to pave that? Or do you?
I think if you pave it, you're gonna put up guardrails all the way.
Oh, guardrails,
Plus, there's no drainage, everything is too low,
well, I know,
it's all in the river half the
the
time.
river comes in and goes
So
out.
it really needs to be engineered, and it's gonna be a big, huge project that
That
you'll
project down
have to be
there,
saving for.
25 years ago, when I went around with the local highway garage, was $1.5 million a mile.
Yeah,
Is that?
And that's 25 years ago.
It's gonna be scary.
it is.
Yeah, I don't even wanna think about it.
Well, Judy has previously said that letting it sink into the river was an option. Well, since I live on that road.
You can come from the Hanover side.
I don't think anybody wants to close that road
But
Well,
again.
As far as the project, I need to do out the skiway, I need to pave that, hopefully next year. I gotta talk to the guy from Blacktop again, we were talking about reclaiming some of that because the road's just, it's garbage. But if I don't reclaim that, there's a section on River Road North from East Stepford Road to Lanphier Lane that ought to be reclaimed and then paved. But I'm not doing any reclaiming if it can't get paved at sea.
Mhm.
I'm not doing
You didn't want it to sit and then
That's like-
deteriorate.
it. It's like Goose Pond Road, I mean,
Well, yeah.
I did that hill, we reclaimed it, and they paved it up. Yeah,
Doesn't hold.
it's the only way to,
Well, if you're gonna solve the problem, you usually have to go down between, below frost and build it up for below frost.
well, I think the River Road, that north section, you know, talk to Alan. It's just, it's the old pavement, the old pug mix that they use. You could probably put a coat of pavement on it, but you gotta get up above them lawns. The road's below the lawns. But, anyway,
And the south end of River Road is now some inches above where it joins to Hanover because of all the gravel that's been put on it over time. There's actually a dip going down there.
I haven't,
Yeah, well, part of why I asked about how many layers you had to put on.
a lot.
Yeah, but it's floating on silt and clay.
It's like the lower end. I mean, they gotta dig all that out, because it's not gonna match Hanover's. I mean, that was before my time, so.
Well, as I say, if you wanna really solve it, you're talking big bucks. I'm guessing we'd be up to $3 to $5 million a mile at today's prices to rebuild that road to quote standards unquote. And I mean, that's a guesstimate. Federal highway standards.
Yeah.
Man, it's gotta be engineered and it's nothing we're gonna do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna have to be all hired up.
Anybody have anything else for Scott while we've got him here?
I guess I'll ask one more question about the River Road thing. If we think about doing it in sections, rather than trying to take the whole task on at one time, are there sections that might make more sense than the others? And possible estimates of costs in those things, if we don't try and take on a whole, $3.5 or $5 million project?
That's per mile, it's not for the whole road. Just like the
I don't
bridge.
think it'd be worth it. I don't think it'd be worth it.
Okay,
I mean, because then you're trying to make something.
I mean, we
join
went
back
through
up.
that question with Shoestrapper, if you remember. Whether it was worth trying to maintain it and fix it or close it.
just wanna make sure you don't wind me up on an island, Dick.
We'll let the town vote on that one for Shoestrapper.
Thank you, Scott, that's really helpful.
All right, thank you.
So you good?
Yeah, we're good.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Aye.
So we've done highways, we've
Yeah.
done police. You haven't heard from Hanover on the ambulance, the fire will come next week, and I think that's,
Hanover ambulance had a 5% increase.
oh, all right. That's whatever
And
Hanover
that's a
tells us.
guess, because their budget is opposite of ours,
Yeah, they're on the
right,
July 1st fiscal year.
right. And as far as I've heard, there's no changes in the emergency management I stuck in a bunch of numbers that people have already given me, I don't know if you wanna even consider any, but the Conservation Commission numbers are in there.
Same as last year?
No, they have a little increase, that's on the,
Where are we, Gina?
hang on.
That's near the very end of the budget.
It's on page 9 or 10. 9. Page 9, they have a teeny little increase.
What they do, increase it $100? No, yeah,
Yeah,
$125 increase.
They increased the education line, because they overspent it this year, and postage.
And stamps?
Postage went up again,
200.
so,
I have trouble worrying about $100 in the budget.
I know, but you add this up, sometimes it makes a big difference. But yeah, so it's up
so there's that,
5.6%.
Conservation Commission. And the fire guys are coming November, no,
October 29th.
October 29th, sorry, coming.
Yep, you've got it right on the agenda here.
Aaron wasn't ready, wait a minute, it might not even be that week, I'll tell you, I'll
It's
send
not
you.
next week, it's the
I'll
week
send
after.
you a message, okay. That's it. What else? So anyways, I don't know if you wanna look at any other numbers on here, or call it a night.
I have a question there. On the spreadsheets, when you prepare them each week, and the column I spent, what's the date on that?
That, it's whatever this date is down here.
The
Like
date
today,
on
I
the
did it
date.
today.
So next time
Yeah.
will be actual, okay.
Yeah.
So it really is year to date or whatever?
Yeah.
All right.
I try to do it that day.
No,
Or
that's,
the last time like if I did a manifest on a Tuesday, or on a Friday, then I would wait.
so
I'd do
this
it right then.
includes things that have been, is this a cash basis or core?
It's cash. What
So
we spent,
so
actual
you
spent.
have invoices on your desk that haven't,
Right,
that haven't been entered into payables, or if
Yeah.
it's in payables but not paid, it doesn't
it's
count?
not in, right.
Only
It's
paid,
not in,
okay.
right, only paid.
What's the approximate lag, do you have a sense on that, between cash and accrual? How many days are we out of sync with what we know we're gonna pay versus what we have paid?
2 weeks?
What's the accounts payable number?
Well, I mean, I only do bills every 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah, we
So-
authorize the manifest every 2 weeks.
Right.
So.
Yeah, we don't have a true accrual when
No.
we sign a contract, that we have a column of obligated but not expended. We don't have that,
I
like the
understand.
federal government does.
Well, but it's an interesting number, because it's not peanuts.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it can be a very large number.
Right.
Mhm.
That's why I was just
Yeah.
wanted to get
Yeah.
apples to
Well,
apples.
I went down through this for the select board
Yeah.
and put in exactly what I knew we were gonna be paying 100%, and exactly what I thought we were gonna be paying
So,
for some of the other things, and we ended up with a 3% left.
okay, so it's not really spent, it's spent plus what you know you're gonna spend, is that what you're saying?
That's not here now,
Oh,
no,
okay.
this is just what's spent
Okay,
now,
all right.
but this year is gonna be pretty tight.
Yeah, I mean, that idea of obligated but and expended being two different.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah, and there are a couple, I think it's the, we pay at the very last minute most of the funds that we give to
The health
the
ones,
healthcare
yeah.
places and,
Capital Reserve Fund deposits.
I do have those in, but
Oh.
yeah,
yeah,
And it also cuts the other way too, because if you pay insurance that's gonna have another 10 months to run,
yep,
right,
you know,
Yeah.
you're not showing the amortization of the fact it's a
No.
prepaid.
it's
so-
not that
Right.
sophisticated.
So
right. And ours is weird with insurance too, because they're on a different year than we are, so we have half in one year and half in another, and it's, yeah, it's crazy with some of them.
So we'll try, we don't meet the board, select board doesn't meet until a week from this past Tuesday, but it's the Tuesday before the next.
So are we gonna have anything for next week's meeting?
I think you'll have some, you won't have anything from the select board, but you may have some of the other department heads
You'll
coming.
have planning and zoning, solid wa, they're all in here right now.
All right, yeah.
Solid waste, library, I don't have, but she'll be
All right.
here.
Yeah, I was bringing that on whether we need the meeting, but obviously
Oh,
we
yeah,
have
yeah,
people
yeah.
coming in.
Yeah.
All right, now I have always just philosophically, so other people may be thinking the way I am. This is our chance to talk to the department heads and get a feeling of what they're thinking and what they want. And also get our questions about the departments answered. But remember, we don't vote or we don't really make any decisions on the budget until we start processing the selectmen's proposed budget. So that can be different than what we hear from the department heads. But we've always wanted the department heads to come here and say, you know, I really want that new computer. Or whatever it happens to be. And we give them that opportunity.
And our health insurance numbers just came, and it's a 5.3% increase
That's not as bad as
in health
it could be.
insurance.
Yeah.
That's,
It's good.
that's
Are we
good.
with the
That's
state of New
not what the
Hampshire?
school's looking at.
I know, and it's 1.3 in dental, which is good. I know, it's crazy.
Are we part of the state of New Hampshire insurance or not? Are we
Health
separate?
trust. Health trust it's called.
But it is, that's the state.
It's not a state, no, it's its own entity.
It's a municipal
And it's a
association.
municipal,
Okay, that's what's.
it's not with the, well, it's not the municipal association, cause that's a different entity also, but it's a group that gets together and
They
It's
go
kind of
out and
like-
accept bids
it's like
for
a
the,
cooperative almost.
Self-insured, right? Yeah,
well, actually, they have bids for the underwriting.
yeah, I understand.
They don't underwrite
And
themselves.
they have different categories, small, medium, large, depending on which one you fit in. And, you know, the small, like our group, might go up 5.3, but the large might go up 11 point something, because it also matters how the insurance is used and that kind of
That's
stuff.
right.
Because, I mean, my sister was in the insurance business, and they were bidding on the municipal associations.
It's good business.
This was years ago. All right, anything else we need, or do we get out of here early? Do I hear that magic?
I move, we adjourn.
Second.
There were 7 seconds.
I will put it down as Bill and Judy,
Bill and
Ah,
Vince, didn't you say?
7:51.
Excellent.
I'm gonna get in who higher.